How's it going? So, this is a chapter out of the book. She's gonna stay forever, I swear. I haven't had one of these in 3 years. But she's here. She won't leave. So, as I'm getting closer to getting this book published, and I keep putting it off because things come up. And Dad, luckily, we had some good news today. My dad's been sick. No surgery. They're going to put him on some liquid IVs, thank goodness, and to clear up the infection that they think it's slow developing. It's not anything aggressive, but, diabetic individuals, it's their worst fear. So, send a few get wells for my dad. I'd appreciate it. But I don't know that I've read this chapter. I think I've done a few and it's been a hot minute. So I think what this will do will give you guys an idea, especially for those of you who are newer to following my stuff anywhere, about me and some of the things that I have lived. And so here we go. This is a story about a young girl that was born with a beautiful gift of spiritual discernment and was too scared to share it with anyone. She never mentioned it to anyone as a child and kept it hidden most of her life from others. When she did share it, people called her crazy, delusional, or out of her mind. They thought she was going crazy and would be like her father, who was diagnosed with bipolar with schizophrenic tendencies after the Vietnam War. My first memories of the open portal on my ceiling was right about the age of 14. And of course, it's going to play with me now because I'm reading. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I swear, universe. There it is. You pissed me off. And whatever. Maybe it's trying to say no, but I don't care. Okay. My first memories of the open portal on my ceiling was right about the age of 14. I would see it every night when I went to bed. By then, I'd been having dreams, vision, knowing things before they would happen, and not understanding why it was happening. It is not something that you can easily ask parents that are worried about keeping a roof over our heads and alcoholism that ran rampant through our family. I went to Christian schools my entire life, and spiritual beliefs were definitely not something talked about in a Missouri Synod Christian school system. So I conformed to the teachings of the school, and as it was better than home life, and I enjoyed school very much. It was an escape for me, and I was a very good student, always at the top of my class, valedictorian from grade school, and in the top 20 of my high school class. I always wanted to make my parents and grandparents proud of me. My grandfather, who was my favorite person in the world, always gave me $1 for every A on the report card, and that was good enough for me to work hard. It gave me immense pleasure to see him smile when I presented my report card to him. I loved all kinds of sports due to having 4 brothers, Mom's second marriage, and loved participating in them. Band was always a fun time too, but I eventually found my joy in high school in the color guard. I became captain my senior year, and in college my freshman and sophomore years. I left college as I ran out of money and didn't have the support of my family to help pay for it, as there were 5 more kids besides me. So I stepped into working for a living full-time. Mind you, I had been working 2 jobs while going to school. Always chasing that paycheck never seemed to be enough. Working 2 jobs because you had to pay back the college loans and still pay rent, bills, and everything else that came with it. I feel I had an awakening when I was leaving college, but I ignored it and said that the change from college to working life would provide what I needed to move forward in life. To be happy, I could finish college anytime, which, life takes over, and you do eventually get to that point, and I have all my college credits for it, but why? Why do I need the certificate to tell me? I don't know. Life steamrolled ahead. And I had a lot to be grateful for, including my health, jobs, friends, family, and a belief system in God that I would prevail. I was 20 and life was waiting for me to live it. Okay, guys, it's 39 years ago. Okay. What did that actually mean? I had no idea, but I was an adult and was going to make the best of it, no matter how hard I had to work. There were a lot of people having kids, and that did not interest me at all. I wanted to live, travel, and hang out with my friends. Life was good. I need to back up a bit, as I had left home at 17 during my senior years. I could not deal with my home life any longer. My mom had remarried when I was 9, and my stepdad officially had adopted me at 10. I had been excited, as I had only met my dad a handful of times and never really knew who he was. Why is it that when parents divorce, they dictate how and why you can see your other parent? I have never truly understood how this works. The children get punished for the parents' actions, and the state governments make money off the parents who can't agree. The vicious cycle, and the children are the ones to suffer. This generational wave, of course, hit my life with both my baby daddies. Explanation, future chapters. Life would continue to throw curveballs at me that I thought I was managing well and moving forward in life, but not always landing on my feet or even where I wanted to be. I just kept chasing the dream that was implanted in all of us to work hard for someone else, pay your taxes, and hope to one day retire with enough to be able to live your most wonderful life. And I just recently did that you worked all your life to achieve. What a disappointment that turned out to be until I chose differently and learned to love myself. When your mistakes become your habits become your lifestyle. It is all about your choices that become the change to consequences or joys. You decide. No one else does for you. It is called taking accountability for your life and quit blaming others for your life. I have changed my narrative to I am grateful for lessons in my world, as there were many. It has made me to be the loving, forgiving, and grateful soul that I am today and will forever be moving forward. You have to want change strong enough to do the work. Finding and keeping your true self is a daily task, and only changed behavior, meditation with your spirit team, and loving yourself will bring that balance in for you. It has taken me almost 60 years to get here, but I will never go back. I'm going to give you the full story of things that destroyed me, challenged me, inspired me, destroyed me again, and brought me back to me. To be able to express this and share this is truly the biggest blessing for me. I hope you enjoy it and hopefully get something out of it that you can either add or take out of your life. It truly is a pleasure to serve others and be able to help even one person on this journey called life on earth. So, I'm still struggling with the title. I'm very close, though, I think. But I've been writing this since 2013 I started it. And it was some of the chapters, and it was about the kids, and it was about certain things I was going through at that time with my second ex-husband. And there's no names, there's no nothing. So, for those of you who know, great. For those of you who don't, even better. The book is not to disparage, to criticize, to anything. It's just to share my journey, where I've been, what I've done, the hardships I've had, not had, been through. And like I've always said, my life is stranger than fiction. All the time. So I was going to try and get this out. My dad's birthday is September 1st, but I feel I have a couple more chapters in me to add from living here. The things that I've done differently here, living in South Dakota, the people that I've met, some of the same things still follow, some of those energies. But to say my life is better, more balanced in my own, every day. I love my life here. It's quieter. It's not what I grew up with. I don't believe I was meant to be a city child, but it's how I grew up. And when I say, spiritual girly with a little bit of hood rat in her every day. always tell people, I'm at 10%, you want to keep her locked up. I don't like her. She'll come out swinging. She won't swing first, but she'll defend herself. And with the army that I know that I have spiritually, good luck. Because I now know who I am, where I'm going, the things I'm doing in life. And I want to share my journey so that even if one person gets something out of it and it makes a change for them in their daily life, that's what it's meant to do. So, my little share for today. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. I'll see you soon.